As always, this is for educational entertainment purposes only. As we kick off the video, I am not a certified financial planner or a certified financial advisor. I recommend everybody do their own research or get a certified financial planner or financial advisor to handle your investments. Trading and investments are very risky, and so only trade or only invest with money you are willing to lose. And that is the legal disclaimer. Get that out of the way. Let's jump into the trading journal. Okay. Wow, what a day. In not a good way once again. Basically everything that was entered cut back almost immediately. There were a lot of good plays to be had. I found them at the top, and I rode most of them to the bottom. And so just to kind of catch up on the day, first of all, my computer isn't working again, so I'll just have this main camera and just talk through this from a journalistic standpoint. So on the day, we're down, let's see, 0.65, 21%. On the week, down 4%. So it's probably one of my worst days in over 3 weeks. I've been green 3 weeks in a row, and this week is down negative 4%. Now, probably the most frustrating thing about that is this is the first week I've used any sort of size in probably 2 months. And so, we brought the account up by 50 over the first 2 days, and then over these last 2 days, we drew back 86. So down 30 over the past few weeks. So it was quite a garbage day. Honestly, yesterday and today, it would have been better just to leave it alone. And that's something I'm trying to cope with. I'm trying to understand better about myself, about how to approach the market, is when to stop trading for the week, and when to persevere, and when to even just get in. After 2 really good days, I was up 26% at the start of the week, and it gave back 30%, so down 4%. And I'm just really trying to work through recognizing a slow day, recognizing a day that my strengths are not at hand. And this was a day my strengths were not at hand. Anything that moved had its initial move, let's see, in the first... Okay, let me see if I can say this better. It had slow moves, and then it had very quick moves. And I'm good at finding and riding stocks with good volume and good momentum. And those stocks had already done their move by that point. And so it was kind of one of those situations where it's like, okay, where do we go from here, right? D-Pro was a perfect example. D-Pro was looking fantastic, right? It broke above pre-market high. I bought on the move through pre-market high, which was like a really, really great play. Bought through pre-market high, up, 78 up to 84, and that probably would have been a good 7% gainer. But instead, just up and then just flushed. And so this was in the first. That was 10 minutes of the day. Right? So I found D-Pro after about 5 minutes, and then it just flushed down. And so really trying to, at the same time I'm trying to hold positions longer. But I did that yesterday and today, and these have been my two worst days. So I think next week, don't hold positions long. Take 5 to 7% gains. And it's interesting because a lot of people talk about how, if you cut your winners too quickly, then your losers will overtake your winners. And I have not seen that so far. In fact, I've seen holding winners takes me to losers. And so yesterday and today, I tried to hold winners longer. And because of that, because of trying to hold through the dips, they weren't dips. They were breakdowns. I talked a little bit about this yesterday in the fact of like, okay, is my market intuition not strong enough yet? And so I don't recognize the difference between a dip, a pullback, and a complete breakdown of the ticker. And so I'm really not upset about the trading that happened yesterday and today. I'm upset about the $86 that was pulled away from my account. But I mean, on the grand scheme of learning, these 2 days taught me a lot about the trades that I am inclined to succeed at this point in my trading career. So that's really where I'm at this moment. I need to take winners quickly and cut losers quickly. And the past 3 weeks that I've been doing that, I've seen a lot of success. The beginning of the week saw a lot of success. I think today and yesterday proves that I do not know how to hold winners successfully in the dip and continue up. That is really the lesson I learned over the past 2 days. I want to be better at that, but it's just not the timing at the moment where I have enough sense on the market to know when something is continuing its uptick and when it's cutting down and breaking down. Because today, and luckily I cut my losses quickly on my last trade. I got into GOTU, and it was looking really good. It was moving above the pre-market high, and it's still honestly holding the pre-market high right now. The pre-market high is sitting way down at like 96 cents. It was heading up towards yesterday's high, or 2 days ago high. And it just wasn't able to hold above the mental level of $1.10. But I will say DPRO was one that I really had a lot of anticipation for success. It looked like my perfect setup. It had volume. It broke right above. I bought it right through the breakthrough of pre-market high. It was moving up, 84 cents, and then just cracked, and the volume faded off. And so I guess, people took their 60 to 80, 20-cent gain and headed for the hills. It was a big sell-off. With DPRO, it was a stock with a lot of float, if I'm not mistaken. So that could have been, no, it had low float. Never mind. Which guess that was why the quick crack happened so quickly. It was a low float. Got You though was a higher float, and so this one's been moving a little bit slower. Got You. Yeah. So funny. I thought about that one when I went in, but actually that was probably my smallest loser of the day. I actually lost 0% on that. So really the big loser was DPRO, and DPRO the reason that was such a big loser was again trying to hold for higher highs, trying to not take profits too quickly. And sorry, this is like messed up, but whatever. And like I said yesterday and today, that is honestly what hurt me the most. Because yesterday I had two opportunities to claim like really, really good profits, 24.5, and actually end up fairly up on the day. But I kept holding things, but I didn't hold things with a plan. And I think reading the Daily Trading Coach, he says sometimes people take profits too quickly because they don't have a plan on where their profit goal is. But my problem is I don't have a plan on where the profit goal is. And so I do take profits quickly, but it's not like 1 or 2%. Like the days before, I took 9%, 1%, 3%, 3%. That's good. I mean, that adds up to 10% profit, even with a 6% loss between two trades. The day before, ARDX, 17%, like really good trade. The week before, FSRD, 22%. TMF 1%. Really good trades. So I think like my goal has been to be green. It's been just simply green. And now that I'm kind of shifted towards this, like, don't take profits too quickly, I've had 2 really bad red days. And again, it's because I don't believe in aiming for home runs. I don't believe in that. And again, I'm not hating on this. This has been incredibly powerful for my trading mental state because I'm not overly upset about these losses. I tried something different. Unfortunately, I tried something different with size instead of trying something different with, like, say, 2 shares, right? And so I should have played larger size with the strategy I had been playing the 3 weeks prior, which showed me very successful results. I was inspired a couple nights ago, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and hold on for bigger profits. I'm trying not to get scared out, and I should have tried that with smaller size. And he even says that in the book. He says if you're gonna try a new technique and tactic for trading, then pull back your size. Maybe sell your entire position that you would normally would, but then hold on like 1 share just to see what happens. And I did not do that. I tried to take new learning into full size, and I just started using full size. And again, I think that was a level of greed because I thought, well, if I'm going to get higher highs, I might as well have more profit on the table, more position size, and then also just a lack of mental clarity on doing that. So yeah, I mean, again, like, great learning experience. I'm not ready to hold longer. I showed myself I've gotten really good at cutting my losses quickly, and that's a technique that has worked for me. And when I don't cut my losses quickly, flushed. I get flushed out hard. So yesterday, negative 10% was a big loser right off the bat, and then negative 5% was the second biggest. Today, I had a negative 17. But then I had a negative 2, a negative 2, and a 0. So that 17 was the one where I was like, hey, we're gonna hold on to this. We're gonna make higher highs, and then it just took a big fat dip. So Monday, don't hold for higher, which sounds crazy, but again, I've proved to myself through these past 2 days that holding for higher profit targets doesn't make sense for me because I don't know what that looks like. I haven't had enough time in the market to verify that. What I do know is I know 5 to 10% gains. Those are my bread and butter. Those 5 to 10% gains are my bread and butter. Looking back at my trading pattern, like, that is where I do very well. Anywhere from let's say like 3 to 8. And I occasionally get these big 22% runners, and that's awesome. Like, that's just like extra cake on top, right? Like, if I accidentally get a 17% runner, then fantastic. But most of my trades are anywhere from 3 to 7% on average is what I'm seeing. And that's great, right? Like I said 2 weeks ago, like 4 or 5% days is 20% on the week, right? Instead of trying to aim for these 20 to 30% days and then ending up negative 9% or negative 21%. Like, I'm angry in a way that I didn't follow what I know I'm good at. I didn't follow what I know that my plan has. And that's why I'm in this position of negative 4% this week with using size, right? So next week, absolutely going back to taking the predictable part of the move, like, without a doubt. Entering based on my position, because today, right? All right, take the predictable part of the move. Here we go. We got the predictable part of the move is 82.9. Let's see, 82.9. 6%, right? Down that percent thing. Okay. 6%, right? I would have had a 6% gainer. I could have been out for the day because my goal was just to go green on the day. Would have been up 4%, and then would have been up 21% on the week. Like, fantastic. Instead, negative 21% of the day and negative 4% of the week. Okay, and again, like that's the idea of following what you know you're good at, not following what somebody else says. Again, it's not his fault. But what I didn't do is I didn't clarify the idea or the plan with my own success and past track record, which had been working very well. If I wanted to try something new, go in with 1 share. I was going in with 300 shares on these positions. And that's why I lost $86 over the past 2 days. But the first 2 days of the week, taking small gains, cutting losses quickly, I was up 56, right? And so that is the plan I have to stick to. Follow the gap and goes, cut my losses quickly, so I can take small losses and medium-sized wins. Because again, like this happened to me when I was trading about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was aiming for larger scores, larger position moves, and I was getting flushed out. Okay, I'd rather be consistent than ride a pogo stick in my trading journey. Okay, that's all for now. Next week, watch for the tap trap. Take the predictable part of the move. Cut my losses quickly. I may go back down to 1 share. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust myself with position yet. All right, I'll see you guys in the next Trading Journal.